Namaste. Today we are going to learn about triangles. Before that, let us recall some topics from the previous classes. Do you remember about congruent figures? Congruent figures are those figures which have same shape and same size. That is exactly the mirror image. Their size and shape will be same. If you are keeping a figure on the other, then both lies exactly on the same position. Nothing more, nothing less. That type of figures are congruent figures. Now considering congruent triangles, they have the same angles and same sides. But position will be different. Like if this is one triangle, the other one will be like this. But they are congruent triangles because here the angles are same, here the angles are same, here the angles are same, and the sides, this side is equal to this side, this side and this side, and this side and this side. So it will be a image which we can flip and keep it on above this, and it is exactly the same figure. So such figures are congruent figures. Now we are going to learn about similar figures. That is, congruent figures have same size, same shape, but similar figures, the size will not be equal, but shape will be same. For example, two circles shape are same. Both are circles, but their radius is different. So these are not congruent figures, but similar figures. Now two squares, their shapes are same, but their size is not equal. So they are similar figures. Now we are going to learn about similar triangles. That is, their shape will be same and their size are not same. Here, congruent figures are also similar figures, but all similar figures are not congruent figures. You can see from the examples, here both are similar figures and congruent figures because their shape and size are same. Here, these are similar figures but not congruent figures. But all congruent figures are similar too because their shape is also same. Now there is one more property for similar figures. That is, two polygons of the same number of sides are similar if their corresponding angles are equal. Here the angles will be equal but not the sides. If this is a figure and this is another figure, they are similar figure because their angles are equal but their sides are not equal. But we have a property for sides, that is, their corresponding sides are in the same ratio or proportion. Here the proportion will be same. That is a figure's miniature. If we have a figure and its miniature, we can say they are similar figures. Let us do questions from exercise 6.1. Fill in the blanks using the correct word given in the brackets. First question, all circles are dash, congruent and similar. Two options are there. All circles are congruent and similar. What is the answer? We can say all circles are similar. They will be congruent only if their radius are same. If radius are not equal, then we can say all the circles are similar. All squares are similar, congruent. Again the answer is all squares are similar. Next, all dash triangles are similar. What triangles? Isosceles or equilateral? Isosceles means only two sides are equal. The side will be different. So, these are not similar triangles. But equilateral means all the three sides are equal. Here the ratio will be equal and the angles will be equal for equilateral triangle because all angles are 60 degree. So, equilateral triangles are similar. Next, two polygons of the same number of sides are similar if their corresponding angles are dash. Corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are dash. Corresponding sides will be not equal, equal for congruency. Here we are talking about similarity, that is similar figures. So sides will be in the same proportion. The term we use there is proportion, not equal. Next, give two different examples of pair of similar figures. We can say two equilateral triangles and two squares. Non-similar figures. Non-similar figures, we can say any two figures, that is one triangle, one rhombus, or one triangle, one square, and one rectangle and one pentagon. Like that. We can say any combination of figures which are not same in shape. Next, state whether the following quadrilaterals are similar or not. Here, we have two quadrilaterals. One is a rhombus and the other one is a square. Are they similar? No, they are not similar. Do you know the reason? Yes, because similar figures have same angles. Here from the figure itself it is proved the angles are not 90. Here in the square, the second figure, we have 90 degrees. So these are not similar figures. But here there is another thing, that is here 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. Here 3, 3, 3, 3. They are in the same ratio or they are proportional. Here 1.5, it doubled here. Here 1.5, it doubled here. Here 1.5, it doubled here. Here also 1.5, it doubled here. But their angles are not equal, so they are not similar figures. Next, we will move to the topic similarity of triangles. We have statement, that is two triangles are similar if their corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. It is not for the triangle only. It is applicable for all the polygons. That is, their angles must be equal and their corresponding sides must be in the same ratio or proportion. Those figures are similar figures. Here we are talking about triangles, so we will say all the three angles of triangles must be equal and their three sides must be in a proportion. Then we can say they are similar triangles. Now we are moving to theorem 6.1. 6.1 states that if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. That is, here this is a triangle. Let us name it as A, B and C. From the statement, a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle. Here, this is one side. Now we are drawing a parallel line to it. Parallel line forms like this. And condition is that to intersect the other two sides in a distinct point. Distinct point means here, two distinct points. They are intersecting at two distinct points in the other two sides. Here we are considering BC and drawing a parallel line, but it falls on AB here and on AC here. They are two distinct points, and here the ratio, when we take the ratio, that will be equal. That is, if this is D and this is E, then if we draw a parallel line, then AD by BD or DB equal to AE by EC. This is the statement. That is, if DE is parallel to BC, then AD by DB equal to AE by EC. That we have to prove now. To prove this, we have to construct some lines. First, we will join BE and CD. Also, we have to draw DM. That is, DM is perpendicular to AE. Here 90 degree. Now we have to draw EN. That is EN. Here also perpendicular. This is the construction we have to do to prove this. Now we have to consider some triangles. First we will consider triangle ADE. ADE. Can you find the upper triangle ADE? This is the ADE. Considering triangle ADE, its area of triangle ADE equal to, what will be the area? Area of a triangle is half into base into height. Here base is AD, so half into AD into height is the perpendicular line drawn from the base to the opposite vertex. Here this is the base and the perpendicular line drawn to the opposite vertex. This is the opposite vertex. The perpendicular line drawn. This length is the height. So half into base is AD and the line drawn from AD to the opposite vertex is what? NE. Can you see NE? Here this is N and here is E. So NE is half into AD into NE. Half into base into height. Always remember, height is the perpendicular drawn from the base. If you are considering this as the base, then the height will change. It will be this line. If this is the base, this will be the height. If this is the base, this will be the height. Here, this side is the base, so this is the height. So half into AD into NE is the area of this upper smaller triangle. Now, triangle BDE. Where is BDE? BDE. Can you see BDE? The lower triangle like this. I will draw separately. This is BDE. Can you see the figure here? BDE. In that, again, BD is the base. So, area will be half into BD into, here height. How will you find the height? Here BD is the base. The opposite vertex is this one, E, right? Now, draw a perpendicular here. This is the perpendicular. I will show like this. If this is B, this is D and this is E. Here BD is the base. Now we need the perpendicular from the opposite vertex of base. Here this is the base and opposite vertex is E. Perpendicular drawn from here, it is outside the triangle, right? This is inside the triangle. Here perpendicular goes outside the triangle. You will extend here and this length, this perpendicular length is the height of this triangle. Okay, it is outside. We are measuring the height from outside the triangle, but this is the height because it is the opposite vertex perpendicular to base. This is base and this is perpendicular. This is opposite vertex. So here you can see from our figure, the perpendicular from opposite vertex of BD is E and perpendicular is again EN. This is N, right? EN. This is our figure BDE and this is the base. This is the opposite vertex. The perpendicular here shows the perpendicular. Perpendicular line is EN. So again we will write EN or NE. Now we got two triangles on the same side. That is one upper triangle and one below triangle. Okay. Now we will take the ratio of that because we need this AD by DB. AD and DB are here on this triangles. This triangle AD and considering this triangle we will get DB. That is why we consider those triangles to get AD by DB. That we have to prove. So to take that is the ratio. So we are considering area of this triangle ADE by area of this triangle, that is BDE, will be equal to the answers. Area of AD is half into AD into NE and here half into BD into NE. Here in numerator and denominator we have half, so it will get cancelled. Here NE by NE can cancel. Balance is AD by BD or DB. BD is DB. So we will write AD by DB. That is LHS part we got. AD by DB. Now we have to get the other part, that is AE by EC. Similarly, we have to take two triangles, but which will be the base? AE will be the base and EC will be the base. Again, take the upper triangle. Now to get EC, you will take this triangle. Okay, this triangle. First consider upper triangle. Again, triangle ADE. Last time we take this as the base to get AD by DB. Now we need AE. So we are taking AE as the base. Here AE on this triangle. This is the upper triangle. This small triangle AE. Again, half into area of AD is half into AE into. Now, if this is the base, this will be the height, that is perpendicular drawn from base to the other vertex, that is this is DM. So AE into DM. DM is the perpendicular. Now similarly we need the below triangle, then only we will get AE by EC. EC is in this triangle. So considering DEC, area of DEC triangle, half into, again we take this as the base, EC. EC into perpendicular. Here EC's opposite vertex is this, and the line drawn perpendicular from it is again DM. This is DM. It is outside the triangle, but still it is the height. I told you before. DM is the height. Now take the ratio. Area of ADE by area of DEC equal to half AE into DM by half EC into DM. DM and DM get cancelled, half and half get cancelled. We got the RHS part, that is AE by EC. This is what we got. That is area of ADE by area of BDE is equal to AD by DB. And considering this part, area of ADE by area of DEC equal to AE by EC. Now, we have to prove that both are equal. AD by DB equal to AE by EC. For that, we can see on LHS part, numerator are equal. Only thing is that we have to prove denominators are also equal. If denominators are equal, then this whole LHS will be equal. That is numerator by denominator equal to numerator by denominator. If both numerator and denominator are equal, then we can say both are equal. Then if LHS are equal, automatically RHS will be equal. So we have to prove here this denominators are equal. Here area of BDE. Can you see the triangle BDE? This is the triangle BDE. And what about DEC? DEC. This is one triangle and the other is BDE. There is a property for this. Both are on the same base, right? One triangle starts from this base. Again, the other triangle have the same base. Both are having same base. So if you are taking their areas, half into base into height is the area of triangle. Base are same for both triangles. Now we have to prove that height is same. Then we can say their areas are same. That is area of BDE equal to area of DEC. Here base is already same. Both have the same base. Now what about the height of both the triangles? Here you can see they are lying between two parallel lines, and the height between parallel line will be always equal at every point, right? Two parallel lines height will be equal at any point. So if you are considering this triangle, base is same, height will be same. Again, if this triangle, again base is same, height will be same, because they are lying inside the parallel lines. If they are lying inside the parallel lines, means their height will be same. So the reason their height is same is they are lying between two parallel lines. Parallel lines means their height will be, or their distance will be equal at every point. So base is same, height also same. So we can say area will be same, because area is half into base into height. This triangle's base and height are same to this triangle's base and height. So denominators are also same. That is, denominators are area of triangle BDE equal to area of triangle DEC. This is the other denominator. Reason is they lies between parallel lines. Parallel lines and same base. It is from the figure, same base. This was the base. DE is the base for both the triangles. Same base. Now this is third condition. Comparing 1, 2 and 3, we have numerators are same. Now we got denominators are also same. Both numerator denominator same means LHS parts ratio is same. Then we can write RHS is equal to same. So from 1, 2 and 3, compare 3 conditions. Then you can write directly AD by DB equal to AE by EC because they are LHS part are equal, so RHS are equal. That we have proved here. That is, their ratio are same. Now we have the second theorem, theorem 6.2. It is the vice versa of first theorem. That is, if a line divides any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, then line is parallel to third side. Before we got, if line is a parallel line, then the ratio of sides will be equal. Now it is given the opposite thing, that is ratio are same. We have to prove that the line drawn is parallel. That is, this is a triangle ABC. This is D and E. Now from the theorem it is given AD by DB equal to AE by EC. We have to prove DE is parallel to BC. That we have to prove. Now we can do a contradiction method. That is, let us assume this is not parallel. It is not proved, but we are assuming. That is the contradiction method. We are assuming that DE is not parallel to BC. Let us assume so. If DE is not parallel to BC, then we have another parallel line. If this is not parallel, then we have a parallel line to BC. Let it be DE dash. Let those be parallel. Let BC is parallel to DE dash. Then from the first theorem we know if BC is parallel to DE dash, then AD by DB equal to AE dash by E dash C. That is, AD by DB equal to AE dash by E dash C, because we know if parallel lines are there, then their ratio will be same from theorem 6.1. Now it is given in this question, AD by DB equal to AE by EC. It is given in this question, this theorem. So comparing these two, we have LHS part are equal, then RHS will be equal. That is, AE dash by E dash C equal to AE by EC. It is proved from these two steps, from 1 and 2. If this is 1 and this is 2, comparing 1 and 2, we can say RHS part are equal. Now check the new equation, AE dash by E dash C. That is, AE dash actually means distance from A to E dash. That is AE dash. It is equal to A to E. A to E. AE dash is equal to AE and E dash C. The length from E dash to C is equal to length from E to C. What does it mean? It means both E dash and E are coincident points. Then only we can say length from A to E dash is equal to length from A to E. That is, if this is a line, if this is E dash, A to E dash is equal to A to E means this point is equal or coincident. That is, they lies one above the other. Both the points are same. Then only AE dash equal to AE. So here E and E dash are what? Coincident points. They lies on the same point. Coincident points. Here we took they are different. But still when we proved it, it comes E and E dash are same point. They are not different. But in the starting we did, they are different. Two different points. DE is not parallel, but DE dash is parallel. That is how we started. But after doing the problem, we got both E and E dash are same because distance from A to E is equal to A to E dash. That means these 2 points are same. So from this we can conclude that DE is parallel to BC because DE dash is parallel to BC that we had already taken. So here E and E dash are same means DE is parallel to BC. That is what we have to prove here. We proved DE is parallel to BC. The reason is E and E dash are same points.